Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic and the Season of Mastery and our Warlock playthrough. We have a few things to finish up here in Tirisfal Glades. We need to head back to the Agamon Mills, then we need to shoot all the way over to the west to finish up our war with the Scarlet Crusade, and then back down to the south to finish recruiting a Lich for the Dark Lady. A couple of things to talk about. Actually, the biggest thing is just that we are now getting 100% increased quest experience. That was upped today, today being February the 10th as I record this. And that came along with the phase update for Blackwing Lair to the Season of Mastery. They kind of snuck it in there. They didn't talk a lot about it. I saw it, as you guys pointed out, in the notes for the PTR, that they were testing it on the PTR. But when I look at the release notes for the Blackwing Lair update, it doesn't mention the 100%, the increase. So yeah, I don't know if they just were trying to slip it in as a little hidden bonus, or if they did talk about it somewhere and I missed it. But it's here now, so that's gonna change things pretty drastically. I mean, we were at 40%, now we're at 100%. I guess there is that school of thought. There are the people who are not going to like it very much because they're going to feel like it somehow makes Classic more like retail. And I've said this before, but you can increase the leveling speed in Classic as much as you want. It's never going to resemble retail in its gameplay. What makes retail retail is that basically all of combat flows and feels differently. So unless they change the combat and change the classes, it's never going to feel like retail even if we're leveling really quick. We can level really quick and every moment of that leveling is still going to be the classic leveling experience. It's just going to happen a lot faster for people now. Alternately, like, it's great that people can jump in and get a tune quickly leveled up. I think that's awesome for people who have limited amounts of time to play, or maybe you just have limited effort and you don't want to spend 100 hours or 150 hours leveling up a character that is going to go away in a year and maybe never be played again. It's good for that, you know? I'm going to enjoy it. What it doesn't do is it doesn't really allow any more people to get, it allows you to get to endgame, right? It doesn't help you engage with endgame activities. If you are guildless, like me, or you hate pugs, you're still gonna find it nigh impossible to get into raids or endgame content, no matter how quickly you can level up characters. That has been the difficulty for me, has just been finding groups at endgame that are doing stuff when I want to be on playing. So until they do something like a different looking for group tool where you can actually queue up for stuff cross-realm and have more chances of finding a group at more hours of the day, leveling faster is not going to really help more people engage in the endgame stuff. It's just going to allow more people to get to endgame, and then maybe realize for one reason or another that they're kind of precluded from raiding or doing the endgame dungeons. So we'll see how it goes. The hope is that this buff is out there and maybe more people will level up characters, so you might just have more people to play with. Then again, like I said, they didn't advertise this much from what I saw. I heard about it first from you guys that it was being tested on the PTR, checked that out. Yes, it was being tested on the PTR, but then there wasn't really anything mentioned that I saw in the official release that would let people know that they've made this change. And it's a really significant change. You're talking about maybe 50 hours of difference. And yeah, I think a lot more people would level up, so you might see more populated realms, but again, I just don't know if that's going to translate into more people getting to do the endgame content. They'll be in a position to be able to do it. Doesn't mean they'll find the groups they need. But anyway, that is what it is. That is what's going on here today. And it makes me wonder that, you know, we're only 3 months into the Season of Mastery, and already we've gone from a 40% increase to quest experience to a 100% increase. What's next? 3 months in, so 3, 6, 9, 12, we have, you know, possibly 2 more increments where they would raise this bonus experience, or maybe they would do something else. I would love to see them add some other thing to the mix. Honestly, I don't know if just increasing the bonus experience throughout the season is the way to go, but it might be what they do. In a way, it makes sense. As the season goes on and the phases open up, you're going to want people to be able to catch up. But the way gearing works, that I understand it, like, just because there's a new phase, you can get to endgame, you're not necessarily going to be able to jump right into that phase of content. You're still going to have to farm up the old stuff to some extent. Depending on the groups you get into, they're going to be more or less inclined to bring someone who is, quote, under-geared, end quote. We're going to fight our way to the bottom of this. If we don't get all of the guys we need, we'll fight some more on the top when we come out. But I think there are going to be a lot of guys down here, so I think it's a good idea to go into the tomb here as soon as we can. We do have health funnel now, so we can restore health to our pet if he does get low. We'd had some issues with that previously. Oh, we are in quite a spot here. I got really lucky that we did not body pull either of these guys. Yeah, I think I want to give him some health back. And yeah, we're going to pick up this one at least. I think I want to be up here a little bit. Yeah, we don't have a lot of inventory space. We have very, very limited inventory space. When we go back to town, I am going to buy a couple of bags. I probably should have done that already. In fact, I meant to do it and just forgot to, so that's a real thing that happened. Well, I mean, our Voidwalker might die here. Strong chance that before this Wailing Ancestor is dead, our Voidwalker will be. Yeah, we're not fighting this. We are running for our very lives. I was poorly... I didn't even see the one that had pulled from the left until it was far too late to do anything about it. The bad side of this is if I don't get this soul crystal... There we go. Whew, okay. Alright. Let's eat and drink, we'll get our Voidwalker back out, and we'll try it again. We did clear 2 of the enemies in that room now, so it should be a little easier. Kind of hoping we can clear this out before we have to deal with many respawns. That would be marvelous. There you are. Okay, looks like we can go down again. Do I want to send our Voidwalker into that room without knowing what's there? Not really. Let's do that. Yeah, see, here we go. I think I need to try to get hot dots on both of these guys at the same time. Unfortunately, we did run out of mana, so that didn't quite happen how I wanted. There we go. I'm gonna pop a potion here. Do a little health funnel on the Void Walker here as he takes out the enemy. That was like the last thing that I wanted to have happen, was to pull this guy right now. I was pretty sure we were going to be good there, but apparently not. Not a lot we can do now, except maybe just dump a bunch of mana. Oh, we could do one Shadow Bolt, okay. That's not going to be enough. Corruption runs out really quickly, I'm realizing. Let's see if we can save our Void Walker. Yeah, we did. Barely. He just barely lived. There's the skull. Let's grab this last rotting ancestor, and then I think we'll be done with this quest. I think we're gonna hearth out of here. Yeah, we're gonna hearth so that we could go back to town, take care of some things there, and then we could just run straight out to the northeast and take care of our last two quests in the zone. I think that's actually gonna be a great idea. Let's do that. Okay, first thing is first, let's sell anything we don't need. I did work on some tailoring too. Right now I'm just making bolts of linen cloth. I'm gonna make just these until it's green, and then we'll get some coarse thread and level up another way. But that's part of what's going on. We have some bolts here in our inventory that have not been used. The staff, yeah, see, I needed to find a weapon master. That's why I started in Undercity. I needed to find a weapon master. The imp has to be taught phase shift. I should pull him out pretty soon to do that. Yeah, we just have no bag space, so. 0 bag space, not good. Let's find the general goods vendor. Yeah, there we go. That's gonna help out immensely. Definitely critical. Do we need food or water? I think we're okay. I want to say that I think we're okay. But I guess time will tell. Time will tell. If we get out there and we run out of food and water, I will take full responsibility. But I think with the way we can be mana conservative, we'll be fine. Your actions struck a telling blow against the Scourge, and your victory will not go unnoticed, not by the Forsaken, nor by our enemies. Continue the struggle, as we all do, and one day we will drive the Lich King himself from Azeroth. Well, we don't need either of these, really. I'm gonna take the mace to sell it. I wasn't really paying attention. How much XP did we get? 1800. What do we need to level? About 8,000. So at that rate, we could do what? 5 or 6 quests would get us a whole level? Yeah, I mean, I guess that seems pretty significant. I guess that seems pretty significant. We'll have to see how it plays out over time. What I worry about now, and this is something some of you guys might laugh at because we all worried about this going into Season of Mastery with the 40% increase, is now I kind of worry about out-leveling zones. Shouldn't really be an issue if we're paying attention to our quest log. What it does for sure is it for sure negates the need to zone hop, so we won't have to do anything in the Barrens. We will be able to go right from Tirisfal Glades into Silverpine, into Hillsbrad, without really having to hit up any other zones like the Barrens, or Stone Talon, or Ashenvale. Sometimes zone hopping is good, it's a change of pace visually, but a lot of times it's just a bunch of travel, and then what happens is you have 2 zones worth of quest in your tiny 20 quest log, and it gets really hard just to manage your quest log. Because it's almost like the game wasn't set up for you to be doing tons of quests in multiple zones to begin with. I would love to have a 30 quest log in Classic. I think that would be swell. I think that it would allow you to hold on to quests longer and kind of diversify what zones that you're in. But again, with 100% bonus XP, we're not really going to need to worry about that very much. Apparently. We'll see how it works out. We all thought the same thing with 40%. We thought, oh, we'll outlevel zones, so on and so forth. It never happened. In fact, on the Warrior, we ended up experiencing the same drought of quest around the level, like, early 50s, late 40s that we did on any other Classic character. Without the bonus XP, so... Let's just clear through these guys to get up to the Lich here. Your masters are fools to send you here, for I will never again be a scourge slave. Do we seem like a slave, man? My book? So you were the thief who stole it. Yeah, we stole it right in front of your non-eyes. But what is this new enchantment upon it? Bethor? He is in Lordaeron? If he still exists, then perhaps he too escaped from the Lich King's grasp. You say you are not bound by the will of the Lich King, and the enchantment Bethor placed upon my book corroborates this? But before I believe you, I must have proof that you are an enemy of the Scourge. There is an old, bloody altar just off the southern coast of this island. It is used by a powerful Scourge agent, Lilith Nefara. Take a candle of beckoning from this crate here, light it on the altar, and Lilith will awake. Destroy Lilith, and I will believe you are the Lich King's foe. Alright, yeah, well, sure. This became repeatable. That's a little strange, but fine, it's fine. We are gonna have to clear these guys. This is an old, beaten, bloody table. Yeah, where is the item we need? What am I not understanding about this? Does he not give us an item? Do we have to pick the item up from somewhere else? Yeah, here we go. I don't understand why that was a complete quest. This is very, very strange setup. Usually the NPC would just give us the item we need, or it would be marked somewhere on the map that we needed to click the item. So that was a little bit weird. Never seen anything quite like that. Let's try again. You place the candle of beckoning upon the table and light it. Oh, you're not cool looking at all. I thought you were gonna have like a cool succubus model or something based on your name. But you ended up just being a spirit thing. It's unfortunate. Okay, back over to him to get this turned in. We're going to pay attention to how far our experience bar moves this time. I wasn't really watching. I think that we are likely going to level. If I had to take a guess, I'd say we for sure get a level, and then maybe we get a little bit into the next level. Let's see what happens. You have defeated Lilith Nefara, proving you are an enemy of the Scourge. Incredible, I had believed I was the only undead with free will, but you have shown me there are others who have broken the Lich King's domination. Take this gem to my old comrade Bethor. It will let us communicate, and I have much to tell him. Yeah, see, that's about exactly what I would have expected. So yeah, that's a bit more than we're used to, for sure. Okay, that's going back to the Undercity, but right now we are not. We have some business to take care of to the north and east of here. Do we want to swim across the lake? Yeah, but let's pick a direction that best suits us. This quest, I'm not sure if I've ever done. The one where we went to the Agamon Mills Crypt, I've done that at least once before, but it was a quest that I wasn't familiar with in classic vanilla at all, actual vanilla. I didn't know about that quest until classic, and then this quest over here, like I said, I'm not sure if I've ever done this. Captain Melrash and his Scarlet Bodyguards. And yeah, this is right by the Scarlet Monastery. I think, oh, are we going to have to get up there? Yeah, I think, well, maybe we can get up there over here. We are going to want to be up on the little trail, as we can see on the map, it seems. We don't need friars. I'm gonna just try to let this one drop off of us. We don't need neophytes either, so let's keep going. Okay. Well. This is gonna be... Let's get rid of this guy, because he's gonna cause problems. She, even, is gonna cause problems. Okay, and then we're going to start by pulling this guy right here. Guys, did a bunch of enemies disappear from here? I could have swore when we looked up here there were groups of 2 and stuff, and now there aren't any groups of 2. Did something weird happen to these enemies? Or is something weird happening to my brain? That is the question. Well, let's see. There are still quite a few enemies. They're all inside. There's this guy here. Well, shoot. That might be a little too close to the doorway. I'm gonna stand back here. I don't want to run up there and pull. We'll just kind of blast this guy down. Oh, well yeah, that didn't work. Luckily, he just didn't run inside. We got really lucky there. Let's mana up. Bodyguard, bodyguard. Oh, okay then. This is gonna take something. I don't really know if we can do this. And there's no one else here. Alright, well, how would we approach this? We need all of these guys dead, so it's not a matter of just quickly burning him down or burning them down. We literally need the 2 bodyguards and the captain. So we're gonna have to kill all of them. I just am not sure how we do that at all. I'm gonna try to burn a bodyguard down, run away, reset, burn the next bodyguard down, run away, reset, and so on and so forth. I think I'm gonna keep my pet on passive for this. Alright, let's run. Now we have this guy who is dotted up, so he should keep following us. And the others should drop. Eventually. I really can't explain to you why they're not dropping. Okay, there they go. Yeah, well, it worked. It's really iffy to do it like that, but we got it. Whew, okay. I think that we could take the last 2, we should be fine. Obviously, we need to have full health to do that. Well, I mean, our health doesn't really matter. We shouldn't be getting hit too much. Alright, let's just go in on this. Let's send the Voidwalker in. We'll burn the bodyguard down really quick, and then we will... Oh, okay. There we go. Maybe the bodyguard did not have as much health as I thought, because she went down really, really quick. Maybe we would have been fine to stay and fight, I don't know. But either way, it's done now. Captain and bodyguards have been dealt with. It's a broken tower, so nowhere to go up. And we're just now getting respawned, so yeah, probably a good idea to get out of here. And really guys, all that's left to do is a long run. We have to stop back in with Executor Zegan, and then we need to make our way to the Undercity. So yeah, not a lot left to do here. I think we're gonna be basically done with the Tirisfal Glades. We're in like a weird spot, you know, we're getting a little bit higher level for Silverpine, but we can start Silverpine all the way up to like level 16 or 17, so we're not like too out level for it. You know, because we've only been getting our bonus 100% experience for just today. I imagine if you start a character with this, like what level do you get to in the starting zone? Are you level 20 when you leave? See, that's where you have to be really careful, is just like literally you have to be careful about how many levels you gain in the starting zone. It would really suck to get to the first zone after the starting zone and already have gray quests. That would just kind of be a feels bad experience, right? But yeah, I feel like if you are starting with this 100%, like if you were to start a character today, you would probably easily hit level 20 in the starting area. It's gonna be really interesting, I think, going forward to see just how much more expediently we do level with this. But yeah, I would say, like, honestly, unless it's something that increases player engagement, it's missed its mark. Because you can get more and more people to endgame, but if you're not making it easier for them to actually get into that endgame content, if they're not finding groups because they have no gear, if they're not finding groups because there are no groups going out at the time of day that they can play on their server, then you're not enabling people to engage with the content. You're like getting them right to where they can do the content, and then you're saying, yeah, well, we don't have any new tools for you to actually do it, so, you know, good luck, you got the level fast. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I would love some more cross-realm looking for group functionality, honestly. I want to be able to go into a queue, and I want to be able to queue up for dungeons cross-realm. I want to be able to queue up for the raids cross-realm. Let's face it, even when they're adding and tweaking mechanics, compared to fights that are made today, the classic fights really aren't that complicated once you know what you have to look out for your role. I feel like adding in a dungeon journal like the one in retail that tells you by your spec the big things you have to watch out for, and letting people jump into a tool, if that's the experience you want, you know, I think people should be able to have that. I think it would be easier to get into groups for stuff if you can do cross-realm. You know, we might even be able to find people doing runs at 11:30 in the morning, who knows. We'll take the knife because we don't know how to equip anything else yet. Extremely well done, Warlock. With ruthless fighters like you conquering in the name of the Forsaken, our race is one step closer to defeating Arthas once and for all.
Watch your back.
Yeah, that's all that he has for us.
I haven't got all day.
Let's equip the dagger. Sell the old one. And it's off to the Undercity. Yeah, and I know I'm probably in the minority when it comes to wanting a looking for raid tool in Classic. I'm sure people hear that, and like the certain kind of people that get enraged by things like that are probably really enraged when I say that it would be fine to have a looking for raid tool in Classic. Feel free to come at me with your arguments against it. I think that all the arguments against a cross-realm looking for group tool are nonsense, because they're all rooted in the idea and the concept that people are going to be better people and better players if it's kept strictly on a server. But that's not true. I've grouped with people who were assholes on this server, on other servers, and I've grouped with people who were assholes in cross-realm grouping. You're always going to run into those people. You're always going to have to deal with those people. And at least with an automated looking for group tool that can search cross-realm, if you get an a-hole in your group and he is sinking your run, you can get rid of him and you can quickly find somebody else. Because when you're stuck with the population of people who are just on your server, and there's no quick way to get people to the instance, it's really hard to replace somebody. And it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be hard. We've all done the running around. We've all done the running to the stone. We've all done the summoning. We've dealt with the just on your server. I think after a certain point, maybe it's a phase thing where they say, you know, phase 1, no cross-realm LFG. Phase 2, no cross-realm LFG. Phase 3, though, cross-realm LFG. Maybe it's something like that. Because life is probably great and grand for the people who want to get into guilds and for the people who want to play in the evenings and on the weekends. But for people who don't want to go into guilds or can't get into guilds, for people that can only play during the day or only want to play during the day, it just becomes impossible to find groups for raids. It becomes improbable to find groups for endgame 5-man content. And I feel like you just put the looking for group tool in after a certain point and let people engage with the content. That's what I would do. Yeah. I think that people are people and they're going to act how they're going to act, and they're, at the end of the day, it's not going to matter that they're on your realm or not. People are going to act how they're going to act. It's still the internet. There's still anonymity. And so people will always abuse that anonymity to be an a-hole. Like, from time to time, you're going to run into that person, and it's not going to matter what realm they're on or how you grouped up with them, whether you typed for 4 hours in a scrolling chat looking for somebody, or you pressed a button and waited 5 minutes. You have an equal chance to get an a-hole in your group. Having to spam in the chat is not a-hole protection, trust me. Whoops. There we go. Yes, we returned his book. You convinced him to join us. You have done a great deed for the Forsaken. The Dark Lady will be informed. Here is a shield. I expected maybe some kind of... Oh, look! Oh, here we go. Yeah, some kind of roleplay. Right, right. It has been a long time, Bethor, my friend. When time permits, we must speak at length, for we have much to discuss. And thank you, without your aid, I may never have found my way to the Forsaken. Farewell, my friend. Yeah, I wish I could have seen more, right? They do this where they like, hey, here's a character, here's a little story, you're never gonna hear about them again, you're never gonna hear about them again. Okay, I do need to find the weapon trainer here. I would like to do that before we do anything else. Silver pot. What is this? Oh, yeah, one of you guys were telling me this. Yeah, I needed to get the coarse thread. Ugh. I'm gonna have to go back to Brill, aren't I? The weapon master is in the mage quarter. Let's stop by over here at the tailoring vendor and see if we can pick up the coarse thread we need. If I had just naturally bought some to do tailoring, I probably would have realized, hey, I can do this quest. And one of you guys did drop me a comment to that effect, like, hey, you need some coarse thread, you need to complete this quest. Read it, and then completely forgot. Till this very moment. I might as well buy a bunch of these. Not a bunch, but we'll buy like a stack in one. There we go. Okay. Now we have quest complete, but that does mean that I'm gonna have to take us back to Brill. First, we're gonna go see if we can train staves here. If we can't, I'm not really sure. We could check Orgrimmar, we could check Thunderbluff, but that would be quite a run just to get a weapon skill, but I wouldn't put it past the game to want us to do that. And I don't think warlocks can equip swords. I think mages can. I think.
What would you ask of death?
Well, we can equip swords. We just apparently aren't gonna learn staves here. That is incredibly... I bet it's Thunderbluff. How am I gonna get us to Thunderbluff? I ran the Blood Elf Rogue over to Thunderbluff, and it was a horribly long run. I really don't want to do it. But apparently, maybe I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? I'm gonna look it up first. Maybe we're lucky and it's something I can do in Orgrimmar. But yeah, just this feeling I have that says that isn't gonna be the case. But yeah, guys, with that, we're basically done here. Our next step is gonna be to go into Silverpine. I think I'm gonna have to do some maintenance on this character. I'm gonna get us back over to Brill and get this final quest turned in. And then I'm gonna have to make the continent jump and figure out where to learn staves. We have to learn it. I don't think we're gonna be able just to go with a dagger. We haven't found an offhand item at all yet to kind of pair with that. So yeah, I think learning staves is gonna be absolutely essential. We still can't queue up for any dungeons to even check the queues there, so we don't have to worry about that right now. But yeah, I'm curious to know what you guys think about the experience boost. Yeah, tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you guys. And of course, thank you for being here and spending your time here with me today in Azeroth. I really do appreciate all the support. It does mean the world to me. So take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we will see you back in Azeroth sometime soon. Bye now.